Welcome back, my beloved life leaders. You know what? I am too old for this. I don't have proper education or credentials to talk about this. No one takes me seriously, and I will, and they will never listen to what I have to say. Recognize these thoughts by any chance. These are part of an internal dialogue that we have with ourselves, by the way, that can be influenced by others. And we adapt into our reality, which can be very, very dangerous if we don't pay attention to it. Because some of those thoughts may lead us to feel unworthy around others, even around ourselves, and keeps us in a corner for a while, maybe. And in severe cases, it can be for life, if not taken care of properly. So, welcome back, my beloved life leaders. Today, we will be discussing three signs that lead us to feel unworthy so that you can identify them, prevent, and make some adjustments within your mindset and have a healthy relationship first with yourself, which is quite important, and then with others, which will ignite your potential in life. And don't get me wrong, it's normal for people to feel unworthy sometimes, which can come from many different reasons, such as self doubt, negative uh, feedback from others, or personal failures along the way. Remember that each person's journey is unique. And here are three signs that may indicate a sense of unworthiness. So let's dive right in. And the number one is self-sabotage. Sometimes people experiences or manifest this self-sabotage through procrastination or fear of success or undermining their own accomplishments due to feeling unworthy. Repeated failures can establish a habit and reinforce negative feelings about themselves without realizing they may sabotage their own efforts because they believe they don't deserve having any success or happiness or anything good for that matter in their life. And something even worse, they put everyone else on this planet, they prioritize them. See how this self sabotage can be damaging in time if not taken care of. So when you feel or when you see or experience a sign like this, it can be part of being unworthy. Number two is excessive self criticism. And I used to be one of people who go through this tend to set extremely high standards and exceptions for themselves, which are almost unattainable. They may constantly criticize their own actions, appearance, and abilities to perceive themselves as flawed or inadequate. This constant self criticism can lead to a decrease in self esteem, self confidence, and hinder their ability to acknowledge their own worth and achievement. This one particular has been one that I had to work on. And as I said, it's really damaging physically and mentally. So stop being so hard on yourself. Number three, and this one is also hurtful. I'm talking about seeking external validation. Some individuals may frequently seek approval for or validation from others close to them, talking about parents, spouse, friends. And this will be suggesting a lack of self-confidence and dependence on external sources to confirm their worth. Those who feel undeserving may rely on the opinions of or compliments of others to feel validated and may have difficult time acknowledging their own inherent values. This behavior of seeking external approval can result in a repeated pattern of seeking approval and feeling inadequate when it is not given. And it happens a lot at home. If there are more than one child, one is supremely intelligent, the other is not that much. One that is not that much might be the one that needs to feed on this feedback from their parents, feedback from their friends, but mostly from their parents. And anything they do, everything they do is not approved until they get that validation from their parents. On many occasions, parents might not be that open to give feedback to their children or give too much feedback that created this dependency and needs to get validation from before they can move on. And if they don't get it, they start going into this mindset of unworthiness. What I'm doing is not worthy enough because my parents is not validated. I'm not getting that approval from them. I'm not getting the approval from my spouse, maybe. I'm not getting the approval from my friends. Because as humans, we are always looking for attention. We're always looking for someone to listen to what we have to say, to give us the approval that what we are doing, saying, thinking is appropriate, is good, is neat. And many times that act alone makes us dependent and makes us feel unworthy. It is important to understand that feeling unworthy is a personal experience that can vary in intensity and frequency throughout our life. For some, being in their teenagers is critical to get the approval from their friends or to be in that circle of friends. Maybe for you, it's in your 20s. When you're starting a new job, you need to get that approval from your manager. Maybe it's in your 30s, 40s, 50s. It all depends. But we are always seeking for approval from someone else. It's good to get the approval, but don't depend on it. Because this is where that worthiness, that sense of unworthy, that sign can come in and damage what you have done so far. There are many ways to overcome this feeling of unworthiness. And it can be through reflecting on oneself, what we can do, what we are capable of, the power within. We need to recognize that we have the power to do, have, be anything we want on this planet. But first is where we need to reflect in oneself to know what we are capable of and what we need to work on. Because we might be good at some things, but we might need to work on it. And there is where that oneness, reflecting in ourselves the strengths as well as our weaknesses are going to come in place for us to reinforce it. The next practice is self-compassion. Because of our weaknesses, we need to be, and I mentioned this before, we need to not be so hard on ourselves. We're human beings. We're not perfect. Perfection is what prevents us from growing, prevents us from overcoming our fears, overcoming unworthiness. We're not perfect, and we need to be kind to ourselves. You make a mistake, it's okay. Work on that so that you don't make it again. We need to be kind to ourselves first, and then we can be kind to others. Another practice that is incredibly important for ourselves and for unworthiness is the mind shift to acknowledge and appreciate that what you can bring to the table is valuable and is unique. We need to have and set that mind shift. If we don't shift our minds, we will never overcome this particular weakness, mistake. And the mind shift is done with practice. In addition to yourself and practicing these, seek the help from trustworthy friends, family, and or professionals that can help you deal with these strong emotions. Now, when I say about seek the help of trustworthy friends and family, this can be a very confusing part. Because yes, you can go to your friends and family, but select the ones that are going to be there for you, the trustworthy ones, the ones that are going to lift you, not push you down. Because yes, we have families. Many times we don't get on with our families, with certain individuals in our families, because they, instead of enhance us, they undermine us. So that is something you need to look out for. The people who are there for you, who are backing you up. Good point to talk. Now remember that there are external factors or achievements that we focus on to build up that self-unworthiness. And it's important to clarify this. And these external factors are going to be family, friends, social media, where they're going to say words to you to make you feel bad. They might have said it unconsciously, but the impact that is caused in your mind can be forever. It's an ingrained quality that everyone possesses. Focus on yourself. Focus on the value you can give, what you can bring to the table. Don't focus on the external noise. Focus on what you can give. Focus on the people that are there for. Focus on the professionals that are going to help you overcome this. Because as I said, unworthiness can be a strong emotion that can lead you to dark places if not taken care of. I'm going to do a recap of these signs that you need to look out for. I'm talking about self-sabotage, excessive self-criticism, and seeking external validation from everyone else. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear about how are you feeling? How does this video make you feel? Have you been feeling any or experiencing any of these signs and need further assistance? If that's the case, I am more than happy to assist you. And I want you to put it in the comments below. If you feel unworthy, as I said, unworthiness is natural in our human nature. And it can happen, you can feel this unworthiness for seconds, for minutes, for hours. Days is where things get worse. Days, weeks, months, years, a life. In severe cases, as I said, it can cause damage to your image, your self-image, your self-worth, your self-value. And as I said, it can take you to dark places many people don't return from. With that said, please click the bell to notify you once we release new videos. click the like button and share this with your circle of friends, especially if there are people that you are seeing that are manifesting these signs of unworthiness and are seeking for approval from everyone often, or self-criticizing themselves so badly that instead of helping themselves, they're damaging themselves and self-sabotaging each and every time. I used to use the first two of them. I used to self-sabotage for any effort I had. Thank God I was able to overcome this. And I know a lot of people that are going through this and need help. That is why I created this video, because a friend of mine asked me to do this for another friend who is going through a very dark situation that was generated from someone else. So see, when I'm saying influence thoughts, adapting others' influences or others' thoughts and put it in your reality, that is adaptation. Because everyone has something to say. Everyone has an opinion. It's up to you to take it or leave it. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, and afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for stopping by. This was Jenny.